So there was this guy who messaged me last week with a very long voice note. And the summary was that he didn't do anything wrong. But all of a sudden, his babe said she needed some space and some time, which means she needs a break. So he asked me what should he do because he's in panic mode now. You see, what she did here, watch this everybody. What she did here was to invoke the laws of the universe on you. Because when you strip down civilization to its barest form, all we truly have as human beings is space and time. Watch this. That's why Albert Einstein was so obsessed with the theory of relativity, because that's how scientists managed to understand this thing that we call space-time continuum. And if all we have as human beings is space and time, you cannot explore space and time without involving distance. Because every object needs time to move through space. And once an object moves through space, a specific distance must be covered. So what she's trying to do here is distance herself from you. But let's go deeper. According to the law of vector mechanics, every movement has a direction, which means if you are moving away from one point, you are automatically moving towards another point, which means you are always moving towards something, even when the goal was to move away from something. There will always be a replacement for that initial point you departed from. There will always be a replacement, watch this, for that time she used to spend with you, because every void must be filled. Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, watch this. Even when the earth was without form and void, God came and filled that void and said, let there be light. Are you following? Now, based on the conservation of energy, the law, it says energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one point, from one form to another. And love, you see, is like energy, because you cannot see love, you cannot see energy, you can only feel. So love cannot be destroyed, which means her love for you did not die. She only channeled that love elsewhere, and that elsewhere can actually be anything, as long as that thing has weight and occupies space. Now, in case you want to know how fast you are losing this girl, it's very simple. Velocity is equal to distance over time. Watch this. Distance here is the average level of proximity between you and her physically. And then the time here is how long that proximity between both of you lasts. So, how long the both of you spend together. So if every day you used to spend 3 hours together before, and now it has reduced to 5 minutes. 5 minutes converted to seconds is 300 seconds. Divided by, obviously, the distance between you and her now has increased. Now that she says she needs space and time. So the distance that used to be close before is now far, like 20 kilometers on average. Because this is the average distance you will need to cover if you wanted to visit anyone in Lagos or in your state. So let's use that. And this distance exists now because she doesn't come over again. So when you convert this to meters, you have 20,000 meters divided by 300 seconds. If you use a calculator, you will get 66.666 meters per second. This is the velocity. So this is the average velocity she's using to gravitate away from you now. As you can see, Satan is already involved. So what are you doing with her now that Satan is already involved? Answer. You better move on with your life.